Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today, you guessed it, working on the 2023 Polaris Ranger 1000 XP. Today, I'm actually, well, I actually already did it. I'm just going to kind of go over what I did. I made some light bar mounting brackets for the roof rack. I wasn't going to stick a light bar on the roof on this Ranger, but then I ended up with the rack up there. Then there's kind of like a space up there that I don't know, it just looks like it needs something up there. It's just kind of a void. So this light bar right here, this is actually a 52-inch Auxbeam. Actually, it was their V series, I believe is what they called it. I don't know what they call it now, but it's a RGB, so it's got the color changing deal. It's a little different than the Nikoko. The Nikoko light bar that I got there, that kind of lights up around the perimeter of the light. This one here, actually the whole back of the light kind of lights up. Hopefully in this video I'll show you, I'll get it hooked up. So this light bar actually came from Darth Dooley. Some of you guys maybe have been with me that long. My 2002 blacked out Dooley that I had, this was on the roof. I had other lights on it as well, but yeah, it's I tested it out. It still works. It's just been sitting in a box on the shelf. So I figure, why spend another $200 to get another light bar when I already have one? It is a 52-inch. It's not really ideal, I don't think, for the Ranger. I think I had a 50-inch curved on my other one. This is a 52. So, and it's straight. It is not curved. It is a straight. But it is a nice bar. The Auxbeam, they do make some nice stuff. I got their switch panel in my Ranger there. But yeah, I mean it's a huge light bar. It's going to be super bright. So I guess I'm getting ready to actually install it for the final time. I guess I'll show you the brackets that I built. I didn't do any building video. It's just I'm going to kind of show you what they are now. So they grab, there's a little bolt underneath, and then it kind of wraps around the side there, and it goes on top, and it goes into one of the tracks. I got a T-nut in there actually. Actually, that rack, I'm a little disappointed because the outside track isn't as deep as the rest of the tracks. So I'm probably, if I want to use them tracks, I gotta probably find some sort of slim nut or something, which is kind of disappointing. I guess you get what you pay for. It was a cheaper rack. But actually this ties the rack together a little stronger even. So the front used to flex when I would kind of grab it, but that's pretty much gone now. The mount that I use there, that's actually the brackets that come off of the dually. I just cut them and I turned them sideways, and I curved it to go onto my bracket there. So yeah, and then I drilled a couple holes in it on this front side to kind of mimic the Rhino rack holes. Yeah, I think it's a good looking bracket. It looks better with the light bar in it. I know it kind of looks like there might be some kind of growths coming out the side, but once the light bar's in there, it looks a lot better. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the light bar in there because I haven't test fitted it since I completely welded everything up. Okay, so there is the light bar bolted on. You can see it gives a reason for there to be a bracket there now, so it don't look so odd. So I'm happy with that. I just now I got to pull it off for the 10th time or whatever. I've had that on and off so many times, test fit and stuff. One final time, got to pull it off. Got to get them cleaned up, the brackets, paint them with something. Okay, so here are the brackets on their own off the machine. I got to get them prepped to paint. They're almost ready. Right now I'm going to wipe them off and get ready to, I'm going to seam seal inside there. You probably can't see it because there's no light, but I'm going to try to seam seal all these seams. They're welded on the outside, but on the inside it's mostly welded, but there's some gaps. I just want to try to seal everything up. I don't want these to like rust and then leak down and rust all over my Ranger. So I'm just going to try to seal it up. I might smooth my weld out up here with a little bit of the seam sealer as well. Basically started with a little piece of cardboard and then kind of just started giving myself different ideas, and this is what I come up with. So I'm going to get them seam sealed, and hopefully we're going to get them painted shortly here. Okay, so I got them all painted up and they look pretty darn good. I just used the Rust-Oleum Industrial that I like. I did flat black, and I thought it looked pretty darn good, but I had some cans of the Rust-Oleum bed liner, so I put that on there. Kind of gives it a texture. It ain't the same texture as the Raptor liner, but they look pretty good. I mean, I have to admit here, it turned out pretty darn good. They dried for a few days now, so I'm going to throw them on there, see if I can't get this light bar mounted up. Okay, so there it is on. This is kind of a dark corner of the shop, but I'll get it outside, get a real good look at it once we're all done here. But yeah, the brackets, they look awesome. You know, in bare steel, sometimes you wonder, does something really look good? But they blend right in. You really can't even see them. I don't think a lot of people would even know that wasn't a Rhino rack mount. So now I got to get it wired. So I'm going to go get the wiring. I'll show you that. And I'll tell you my plan, I guess. Okay, so here's the dirty bundle of wire that I have It's got a little box right here because you can use an app to change the settings. It does have a little switch, a manual switch right here that'll take you through the basic colors. This was kind of back when they first started doing these light bars, so it's been a while. It's got its own relay. You can see it's got its own relay here. It's got a fuse. You got a power and ground that usually looks like they want you to go right to the battery. Then it's got a little wire here. This I don't have the switch, but this is just one of those cheap switches that all the lights come with. I probably have one. And then it's got two plugs. It's got one for power and then one for controlling it. Again, this is when they first started doing all this stuff. I believe now they just got like one plug in. That Nikoko light bar I have, it's just one deal to wire it up. But this is a little different because, like I said, it's one of the first. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably lengthen these wires here, and I'm going to run the wires under the Rhino rack, and I'm going to come in from underneath the rear of the roof, like I did for my my light rack that I made. I'm just going to bring two more wires through that. I don't think that's going to make a difference, so I don't got to drill a hole in my roof. I think that's what I'm going to do there. I'll have to lengthen these, and then the box and everything is going to go, I think, above my headliner. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to plug this into the bus bar. I'll make a bus bar, or I'll splice a bus bar plug onto this instead of going directly to the battery. Okay, so to turn the light on and off, I don't think I'm going to use this cheap switch deal. I think I'm just going to run, I got to figure out what it is. There's 3 wires in there. I think it's the red one that actually turns the light on. Anyway, I'm going to run that to a wire I already have run that goes to that Auxbeam switch bank. I think I'll just do like the 5 amp one because all it's going to do is activate another relay. So I'll just use the 5 amp and that should work out fine. It's kind of like double relays, but 5 amp isn't enough for this big light bar. So we'll just use that for triggering it. 5 amp should be good enough. It actually won't draw hardly anything. So that's what I'm going to do there, I think. So that's the plan. Now I got to kind of execute it. So it's going to take me a little while. I got to do some wire splicing and some figuring and some placement here. So yeah, I'll be back probably when I get it done. I'm not going to bore you with wiring, so I'm just going to get it done. Okay, so I finally got it all wired up. It's like I said, there's a dark side of the shop there, but I got it run along the rail there. I don't even know if you can see it, but there's a few zip ties holding the wire on, and then it comes. You can see it coming down and around here, and then it goes into the under the roof and into the cab, and then it goes to the battery. So yeah, I don't like that you can see a wire there, but I can see a few wires on this thing because I have so many lights and so much stuff that it's hard to hide everything. You can hide a lot, but once you get to a point, you can't hide it all, but it's all right. If I didn't have 2 plugins, maybe I might have drilled a hole, but I really didn't want to drill 2 holes. Maybe if I get a new light bar someday, I'll just run a hole in the roof. But in the cab here, I know it's kind of dark, but bear with me. So there's the switches, and I got this one here is the light bar. So there it is. I don't know if you can, I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not, but it's a nice blue. It matches my rock lights. And then I can also, you can turn it to a regular, light bar. I got to go on my app because this is the older one. So I do have to go onto my phone to actually change that. And I got a phone holder. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a phone holder in there now so I can set my phone up so I can run some of this stuff without having to pull my phone out or look for it or whatever. So here is it's actually bleed dim, and I don't know if people use this still or not, but I don't know if that's focusing very good. But I can change the color. Can't hold my phone and do it, but I'll just do it here. So you can change the color to, you know, I think you can choose whatever you want. Here I got, there's the actual light bar, but there's all kinds of different colors you can choose from. I think you can pretty much choose anything you want. You can make it do whatever you want. You can make it flash and dance and whatever. But really this is all I want to complement the rest of my lights. And then possibly turn that on. So pretty happy with what I got here. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm really liking the light. I like the way it looks. It's working great. So like I said, that's going to do it for this one. I'll have probably some pics and maybe some video of it working at the end here. So I guess I'll see you.